Oh, fuck, that's what that was.
Rest in peace, that IT tech guy.
And the theme is supposed to be a little bit more.
Nobody liked that game.
now what? Do we try again tomorrow or?
I don't know. I'm going to throw it open to the floor now. Whether you guys think we want to accept where we left off, as that was it, that was the turn, or whether we do try it again, try something different. I think just before we get into the debrief, yeah, I underestimated the amount of aircraft that they threw at you guys, but and yeah, it was just not all the air-to-air fights went as well as they could have, and we had just enough to get Jaws in there and get the payload off. It wouldn't have been an easy trip home. Losing the AWACS early was brutal, but yeah, it was what it was in the end. So how do you guys feel in general about maybe we evaluate how much we actually lost before we make a decision as to whether we run it again and try something
Yeah.
We lose the aircraft, we're fine.
different? Yeah. So Sheridan, can you pass me that file when you got a minute?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I second that. Like, assess it first, but I would be down to run it again, like if tomorrow or next week or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
I would say one thing, like one piece of feedback, right? I know on some configurations, some monitors, right, like labels are really obvious, but right, having the dot label is huge for certain resolutions, right? Like if you're playing in VR, if you're playing in whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of those merges, it's like it's so easy to lose them without that dot.
It had neutral dots on.
I have the dot
Did
on.
it?
Yeah.
it worked.
Everyone on the
Yeah,
server had
too.
neutral
Well, that
dots.
suck balls.
Server shut down, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking auto.
So I think it's something that maybe we can have a play with during the week, but neutral dots were on. I checked,
Yeah,
I
they
had
were.
neutral dots.
I might have had them turned off.
Stop
somehow, I don't know.
that.
Yeah, if neutral dots aren't enough, we can go to normal dots, but I think neutral dots should be enough for everyone. So
Yeah, neutral dots are enough. Yeah.
Stop dots.
just chuck us that file if you got a sec, show now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we ran into a lot of technical issues, at least in the Switch flight.
Yeah, I think
Fucking,
like
that's an understatement.
yeah, it
God damn it.
every single one of these is a learning challenge as to how do we get the most out of it, and I definitely learnt a lot trying to manage that. So
We got
My
the
issues-
tactical.
yeah, we got the
Yeah,
tac
give me a
view.
sec.
We might. I'll have a go with this at the start. While we get going, it was so frustrating. We'd only have 2 Tomcats off the deck. We might have to change that in the future to have you guys start on the ground because it is
Honestly,
a massive delay.
Dude, I don't even.
Yeah,
I don't
that
care.
was
I would rather if
annoying
if,
to say
if,
the least.
if for the sake of the smooth operation of the mission, I don't care if we take off from the ground.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because
Would it
like
be
yeah, the
possible to
first
have
one's
2
got off the
carriers?
ground, which is 10. No, that's not the problem. It's just like 10 minutes is
TCS.
like a long time, right? But that's enough.
Yeah.
But like if we just go through the tac view, it's before we get the 3rd Tomcat off the deck, we're 23 minutes in, which is
Oh,
no
yeah.
fun for anyone. So we're not doing that again. And this is where you guys are. So the A10s get to the target before the Tomcats, which is fine. I don't mind that. And so this was kind of the picture at the start. They had a couple fullbacks. I know. So here's our AWACS, by the way. It lasts all of 20 seconds. So
Yeah, I saw it while we were sitting on the deck, and I was like, there's definitely about a clusterfuck of MiGs pressing in towards that AWACS, and it's gonna die.
yeah. So we had AWACS for 28 minutes, all of which we were not in the air, which was great. We love that. So this is where they kind of established they've got these 25s over here. It's a bit confusing when you're trying to AWACS it because they've got these fullbacks that just sit here, and they're ground attack, so they've got like air-to-ground missiles, but they just sit there. So these 25s that come in here, they're the first ones. How do I disable bullseye? Is there a way I can... there's too many lines. I hate this.
I gave you the state.json. That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, you touched my tra-la-la.
Does anyone remember how to turn off the bullseye in this again?
Have you tried getting angry?
Yeah, that's it.
Have you tried yelling at it?
Screaming?
Wait,
Maybe
you
lift the
you just had
monitor.
go back to the screwdriver, the one over to the right, and always display bullseye.
Oh yeah, that's it.
No, see how much
Really?
neater that is? Holy shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's nice.
Ooh.
Ready?
Anyway, so at the start, everyone actually gets in a position. I was a bit concerned that Darth just fired him off on these guys.
Can you put the grid back?
What?
Just kidding.
Missed the lines.
Anyway, so Darth, I was like
Nice.
these guys were just doing circles here. So I was like, I was trying to get you guys to ignore these guys. But you send them off here, and these guys were the threat. And like, I didn't know what these guys were doing because they shot down the AWACS, and then they just snapped on, and they came in. And yeah, I tried to let you guys know on top of managing everything else, and then you guys, I think, get the pretty raw end of the deal. So at this point, I think Darth, I think you actually get smack the first one, which is very impressive.
So I think what happened in that engagement is, I think just one thing for the Tomcats is the two lead aircraft get focused on the bombing, and we're just so focused on dropping the bombs. And then Darth called context just as you were calling context on the radio, Plob.
Yeah.
So I think we thought he was firing on the Foxbats, but his initial salvo was actually on those fullbacks.
Yeah, and that's what I thought too, because I was told to turn to my 1 o'clock and engage those bandits. I looked over on my TID; it's at the 1 o'clock. At least from my perspective, and I had locks, and I fired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So-
wrong. It was just a bit of it's just unfortunate the way the comms came in just a little, just at the exact wrong time there.
And it's just
Yeah.
you guys didn't have AWACS either, so I understand it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Where was the AWACS?
Dead.
Dead.
It was over the top of
Dead.
Gaziantep.
Ah, shit.
It was over. It wasn't even. It hadn't even reached its orbit point, but it was up.
Oh,
This is
no.
Gaziantep. It's up here,
That Fox badge just went right at
and
it.
the Foxbat just nailed it.
That's what they were designed to do.
Anyway, we'll do.
Wow.
I'll throw the state.json in, and we'll see what we got.
It's gonna be rough.
Deep in the night.
I mean, I would totally not be opposed to running that again.
Yeah, that was a good practice run, guys.
You
Good
get
rehearsal.
you get your extra life.
Can we get
Is it
video of
similar?
those 18s landing? I'd like to watch the overheads
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, you gotta see. Mine's bad. Yeah. I haven't done an airfield landing in about a
Yeah,
year.
We had a nice view of all
I think
of
it didn't even
those.
work.
Yeah, it's 2 kilobytes. The file showed in. It's empty.
So, you know why? Because the server just killed itself.
yeah, so we can't even save the progress because
So we have to do it again, anyways.
we don't
Oh,
have
wow.
a choice.
Okay, so the question is
Easy
when?
vote.
Are we doing it tomorrow or next week?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to do it tomorrow.
I'm down to do it tomorrow.
I'm doing
I'm okay to do it tomorrow, but it's like evening would be early evening.
Iron
would be good.
Man.
I can't fly tomorrow night.
Yeah, look,
Is this
We
server
can-
gonna handle it, or we gonna get a different server? Or?
No, it's not the server. It was just the auto restart kicked off.
oh my god, dude! Are you
Oh,
kidding?
Fucking
no.
shit.
Oh, are you kidding?
That's
Dude,
what happened.
that's a joke,
Question.
man.
We gotta remember to turn that off every time.
Hey, Plob,
Lesson
question.
learned, I
Good
guess.
rehearsal.
Plob,
Kind of
for
like
the,
that pause on load, right?
holy shit.
Oh, that's so
Quick
sad.
question. So,
Okay.
for this next one, I know you mentioned that we had just purchased a refueler. Would we be able to have the refuelers for the 16s rather than sitting on the ground? Maybe we can do rotations and refuel, waiting on the 18s.
The problem is, man, we got to run this one back. So we're not going to have those tankers yet because we have to progress forward 1 turn, which is kind of hard to do if the server crashes 3/4 of the way through the mission.
Didn't crash. Didn't crash.
Didn't
Restarted.
actually? It didn't crash. So for those of you guys that don't play on
It
the servers
operated
too much, yeah, it
Perfectly.
just it does an automated restart every now and then to help with performance, which is kind of hard when it crashes mid-mission. So another technical issue, something that we'll look at for next time for sure. I'll throw the TAC view in the channel for anyone that wants to have a look at it while we're going through.
Yeah, if you want to see some funny shit, take a look at the all the Hornet landings at the airfield. Our overhead pattern was maybe the worst I've ever done.
It was something watching from the ground. We were real confused.
Well, it was also because Flight Lead kept changing the plan. Like, we were like, okay, we're going straight in, 10-mile final, right? And then he's like, let's do the overhead, actually. And then he's like, we're like 2 miles from the airfield, and he's like, okay, well, you know what? Actually, I'll just go straight in again. And I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna do the overhead. Like, you do you, Lead.
Tiger had his butt clenched on 3 landings there. Folks were aiming right at his tail.
Yeah, there was one point where I was looking back, watching somebody come final, and they were pointed directly at me, and I was real concerned.
Alright, so last week we established we need to do case 1 practice. This week we need to figure out, like, people need to learn how to land, apparently, full stop. I figure you guys should be able to.
Guess we're all taking a visit to the training server.
The missile knows where it is.
Alright, so we'll just go through the TAC view. I put it in there. Just to end up on that. Sorry, everyone, that the mission results in a no result. That's a technical issue that we now know of, and I know you guys made time for this, and I know that that's a frustrating result, especially if you died early. We'll run something similar next week. I am gonna, now that we have a temporal pincer maneuverability, we might add some more friendly cap in so that we don't get as arse blasted.
That's cool.
And I might move the AWACS back into a little safer position. But yeah, I'm sorry if you guys made time for this and it wasn't fun.
Don't sweat it, man. I had fun. I don't know about y'all, but you know, I had a good time. Seed flight, shot down 6 mids. Not bad for a seed flight.
I was gonna say,
Mayo got 2 of them. Death got 2. So yeah, I guess 7.
And
I was gonna say, I second Hot Pocket with that. I had a blast. You know, I got shot down. I think by friendly fire.
Yeah, we'll definitely look at all that in the TAC view.
But I got a Fox bat, so I'm very happy with that. And I cranked a missile that was just about to hit me. So
I'm glad you guys had fun, for sure. Yeah, just a practice mission, guys. That was all. We were just testing it out. But, yeah, I mean, we'll get it, and it'll be fun. So I think next Saturday is what we're planning. But we'll go through this TAC view real quick. So Darth fires this first Phoenix. This is sort of like the first engagement of the mission. He gets a is this R40R? So this is like the Foxbat missile. It's got pretty shit tracking, which he just sort of cranks both of them in half a second flat. So these are like anti-bomber missiles, long range, worse tracking than an AIM-9A.
Serbian turn.
And if we watch what this dude does, he's just accepts it, offers his stomach like a dog about to die. Wants pats, gets him. And at this point, I'm feeling like a little confident. You know, you guys smacked the first one early. This dude doesn't look too menacing. If you kill this one, then I think, you know, we've got the area covered. And this guy starts to get a little bit. He's like, you know what? I'm going in. He gets.
Well, why not? He's got Cap with his ass showing to him.
Yeah, he's got.
What's that shot on?
Oh, that one was fired on Aru, I think, but he just trashes it early. So this is where I'm a bit worried. He launches this R40R at young Chindo here. And I'm like,
call
okay.
it by his proper name, sir.
Yeah, Push to Piss. Sorry, Mr. Push to Piss. Mr. Push to Piss. The R40R is a really trash missile, so Mr. Piss just continues to fly in a straight line and trashes it. Good job. And at this point,
straight lines.
I'm like trying to call out to people because there's a Tomcat here, a Tomcat here, a Tomcat here, and I'm like, he's directly over the top. And I think one of you guys gets a fiend eye on him. Oh no, that's a bomb. I see these bombs come off and I'm like, guys, anywhere!
Oh no.
Anywhere! Anywhere!
Yeah, I think splitting the focus of the Tomcats between air to air and air to ground was maybe like...
Yeah, I don't think we can
having
do
them
that
more
again.
focused on Cap would be better.
Yeah, I think we're going to do that for sure next time. And Chindo, Mr. Push to Piss is continuing to live dangerously.
Wow.
We call that a piss off.
I want to see that roll again. Let's see that.
Hold on, we'll slow it right down. So, yep, he gets a missile. He would have seen this. So this is a heater, I think. Yeah, so it's a R40T. And he flops it upside down and gives it a bit of a pull, which is...
Kick the pedals there, too.
Kick some pedals in. And about, yeah, nice 500 feet separation. Plenty
Just
of room.
textbook evasion.
Textbook. And at this point, I'm worried because we've got bomb past Tomcats here. Aru's sort of a bit lost. This guy's
merged. You guys are all merged.
I made the call. I made the call that everyone's fucking merged. You're all merged.
You guys have room for another 16.
We're looking at the tag view, bud.
Yeah, go ahead and log on to the server. It's gonna be server 3.
And then at this point, what I'm a little bit worried about is he's just blasted through. The Patriot site that was supposed to be here, by the way, wasn't here. That was my fault.
Well, that's interesting because we saw him run across the water there. I was like, oh, he's going right towards that Patriot site is, so we won't waste all our fuel catching him.
Because if I do this, yeah, I needed to... If I do that, and then come into here, and then hit that. Now we have a Patriot site. Wow, incredible. It was my fault. Tac view. That was the one I wanted. Anyway, so this guy comes in. Yeah, you quite correctly predicted that Patriot site that I was too lazy to, that I forgot to put in was there. And then he comes in here, and I think you guys mop him up, which is great. And then, yeah, so that was, I don't know how, but we survived the first engagement. Great. All of you guys are coming up, I think. So now the next sort of volley comes in. So these are all bombers, so I'm looking in the picture.
Can you hold on for a second there? Focus in on Chindo real quick here.
Why?
Thank you. Just for a second. Look at your positioning. Where is your cap? And which side of the fight are you on?
Yeah. So
I'm on the wrong side.
You are. Remember last week we talked about you were safe on this side of the mountain range. Chindo's decided to go on a bit of an exploration on the wrong side of the mountain range. And I called these guys out because these are 30s. So these guys were supersonic, coming for Chindo. We'll watch the pattern work after this fight, but I don't want to miss out on Chindo soloing 2 SU-30s. Now tell them to come north. And,
oh no.
And this is not like, you know how they talk about like bent over with your ass out? This is kind of what they're talking about.
He's presenting.
Presenting at this point.
Oh god.
And Aru is here, and I think Aru could position this SU-30's distracted doing 1.2 Mach coming straight for Chindo's asshole. Maybe something will be...
He smells fart.
He smells
That
it.
is an easy kill.
That is a juicy A10. This guy I'm a bit worried about, but I think... Let's see how Aru would handle such a situation.
Oh, he's got it.
10 miles out. I'm trying to call it. Oh,
something happens. His buddy here now. Yeah.
Mr. Chindo.
So I saw that missile launch. I thought it was on me.
Yep.
Worm called it wasn't on me. I turned back in, and then I launch an aim 7 at this guy.
So this is what I would say like unfortunate parameters. He's going right to left, and he's got ground behind him. So this is a hard shot.
Wait. Does this kill Chindo?
I hit him.
Does it kill Chindo? Or we're about to find out.
Yes.
Nah, he's fine.
Okay.
Oh, he's just so good at it. There he goes.
Dude, Chindo's an expert.
Let me explain why I'm asking here. On one of these, there was some communication from Chindo.
Where did
came
that
out,
come from?
And he said, "Hey, there's missile warning system on this. Does that mean it picks up friendly missiles as well?"
This is
and I said, "Well, it can." So my point here is, he had no fucking clue where that missile was coming from, or if he was going to actually evade it. So I'm just trying to, and I'm pretty damn sure it's this shot. So
it is.
All right. So
because then he takes this dude out.
So this is what. So this was the
Traded.
one that Worm's like. There's no way he shot at me, bro. This is what an Russian AIM-9X is. He shot a Russian AIM-9X at you.
Look at it.
At that angle, at 3 mile,
at that
and
angle.
it just turns.
He was looking over here doing his
Holy
taxes
shit, look
and
at that
shot
thing
him this
turn.
way.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's a Russian AIM-9X. It
Where?
splacks you.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how you kill him with an AIM-7 from the grave, but you do it.
Right. Yeah.
Right from the grave.
That
dude.
thing
Radar
was
locked from
ballistic
the
when it
grave.
hit him.
Went down with the ship.
And yet Chindo's still towing his balloon over there.
And Chindo is just like, nah. He's like, I baited that Tomcat into a fight with that guy. My job's done. I got the Tomcat killed. By being out of position, I dragged him into
No,
a fight.
man. It's
I'm
like
good.
that. Mig's dead. I'm fine. I'm good to go
And
now.
once again,
Hey Yoda, where are these missile warnings coming from?
yeah. And
He's
once
like,
again,
I'll teach those guys to try to do air to ground.
and I lure myself into a false sense of security, thinking, all right, you know, Chindo's killing off our Tomcats, but it's fine, right? It's fine. There's this one dude down here. He's like, oh fuck, that A10's a genius. I'm going home. He's like, I don't want any of that, Chindo. But yeah, that was bad. Unfortunate for Mr. Worm and his pilot, but you know, life goes on. The mission continues. And oh yep, so we'll watch Mr. Chindo die now.
Oh.
No.
Look. Imagine being Chindo. This is your life, right? You're at 8,500 feet, doing a nice cruisy
You're like, fine.
200
This is
feet.
no problem.
You're just like, I'm happy, bro. I am a happy little lamb. And this is the SA-13s that I specifically briefed everyone about at the start. This is a little threat bubble.
Are you hitting the brakes? Do you have the air brakes on? Just giving him a show.
Yep, he's almost there. Almost there. Let's see, how far away is he? Oh, 2 miles. Okay, 2 miles. Yep. Remember, the briefing was to kill the SA-13s first and stay away from them until they're dead. 2 miles. 9,000 feet, actually, so pretty high up. And then...
There it goes.
So he evades one. Pulls a bit of a Chindo roll, as they call it.
Should have gone to guns, man.
Nope, that one's going to get him.
And this one... Tell us what you were thinking right around now, Chindo.
I'm fucked.
Yeah?
Accurate assessment.
Right about now, Chindo.
You gave him a whole shitload of surface area to hit right there.
Damn, look at that.
Right.
Cool.
Bet the piss bag was full at this point.
So, can I explain a little bit of this?
Yeah, but we have to look at this the whole time while you're...
See what happened was.
Okay. So, what happened was...
See what had
So there I was.
My Tad from the beginning was freaking the fuck out, and that caused me to stress out and not go through all of my weapons preparations. So I forgot to warm up my AGMs because I was turning to shoot it at him. And when I realized I had no AGMs fired up, I was like, I'm just gonna GBU this dude real quick. And then my GBU, for some reason, decided to spaz the fuck out.
Right.
And that happened. And
So word of advice: when you notice that the weapon that you're about to use is not ready, just do a 180 and reverse, and don't continue on towards the target.
Yeah.
I'm just wanting to know if he hits that X mark right there.
But yeah, I mean, it is, especially in something like this where deaths are recorded, if plan A isn't working, the answer is not to go to plan B and continue. It is back the fuck up, then switch, figure it out.
Got to train that mentality. Totally used to just fucking run and gun, baby.
Wait. Do me a huge favor real quick there. Switch from his perspective to mine real quick.
I think you had just dropped
Is
the
that
bomb
red?
safely from
Is that
altitude.
red circle above or below me?
It would be just below you, yeah.
Like maybe
Okay.
by a couple feet.
Yeah, just making sure.
So yeah, let's just compare like relative inside the circle Outside the circle.
Outstanding.
Inside. Outside. Wow.
And with the weapon away.
And there's a weapon away. Yeah. And like the distance to target is like he's 3 miles, but he's happy. As opposed to Chindo, are you happy at this point?
At that
Looks like the missile's right up his
To
ass.
be honest with you, I would have gone head on with this missile if you back up a little bit, and here's why. When you went overly kinetic here, you got to remember you're now pushing into the 400 knot region. Is there a way to get how many knots he's pulling here?
Yeah, there is.
Because when he goes into the kinetic here and he starts to go downward, he's going to start getting fucking just blown all over the place, and his surface areas are going to start, giving flutters. And he's going to feel a little out of control. Yeah. Had he actually went nose on with this and done a proximity turn, meaning like soon as this weapon is in proximity, turn your bathtub towards the actual blast, you might have, just ate it like a sandwich and, just taken minimal damage instead of catastrophic.
All right, for those of you new to attack view, this is the Angels, so altitude number. So A095 9500, Mach number here, 0.46. Not super useful for A10s, but he's got your calibrated airspeed here and AGL.
Now watch you go from 256. I'm guessing you're probably 350 plus here within about maybe 300 feet.
Sorry, this is on 2.25 times. So.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, but
he actually survives the first one.
Yeah.
But this is a bad turn. You're turning back into him.
Correct.
Turning left here.
Well, here's the thing, though. When you're already committed at this point, where is your out? You have no defense. You have no, you got no hills. You got no nothing.
Sure.
These are IR missiles, so to be honest with you, going head on, if DCS was fair, is probably the best choice because your heat platform is shooting out the back of you. Now, as you're leaving the area, yeah, you may want to change your aspect, but going head on is not a terrible choice here.
For sure. All right. Well, that was what happened to young Chindo.
You hit the X?
That was a good question.
That's pretty...
I think he's going to nail it.
If you next time just add a little bit of left foot so you hit the X, please.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, here's his shrapnel.
It's close.
I reckon that's pretty. Oh, it's gonna fall.
He's gonna come out of this with a new call sign every mission.
Bullseye.
Bullseye. Oh man, that's funny. All right. Well, unfortunately, life goes on without young Chindo. And I think that should be enough of that engagement. Alright, shall we look at the traffic massacre?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
I was hoping we forgot about that.
No, we sure... I was going to make sure we didn't forget.
Let me interject here for a second from the A10 side. Pickle had already gone down fairly early in the sortie, and he goes, "Hey, there's a bunch of wreckages over here at Insurlik," when he was trying to take off for a second time. Now knowing what I know now, that makes this a lot funnier.
Yeah, sorry, Sky Pickle, did you want to say how you died the first time? I didn't mean to skip over that, if you want to say that.
It was very early on.
Yeah, it was very early on. It was I think it was the same way that Chindo died. We went over the mountains thinking that, we had good air cover, and before I knew it,
we didn't realize who the cap were. To be honest with you, we weren't taking on names at that point.
Yeah, this guy I think you're just an unfortunate victim of running.
Oh no.
Cap. Yeah, R77. Yeah, okay. You said there was one early? That was super early? Oh yeah, this dude. Sorry.
You guys, this is another byproduct of us not getting off the boat in time, though.
Yeah,
I think
so
because you guys are already in the AO. We're fucking 56 miles still.
To be honest with you, I think this was an altitude issue, because if you look at and to be honest with you, partially my fault because I was scanning the westernmost part of that runway. And I had not seen any of the Strellas yet because, to be honest with you, I thought you were calling that out as a extra airport was where those threats were.
Okay, sure.
But I hadn't gotten over to the east end of the runway yet, and Sky Pickle was already coming in, making a move on some of these tanks.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to be more clear in communicating where the threats are. But I mean, that's just unfortunate that I don't know whether you knew that would be a threat there, Sky Pickle.
Well, the attack one didn't have to be, that low of a release. He could have done that from 13,000, 12,000. However, it's still my bad because I'm still setting up, and marking targets and shit.
Yeah, for sure. All right, enough stalling. Let's get over here.
Yeah, let's see some of these crashes.
I don't know why every week the most action happens at a friendly airport or a friendly fucking carrier, but apparently this is just where it happens. Okay, so we got some switch flight coming in.
Yeah, so we were sitting at the end of the runway there, and I look behind me, and I see something that was slightly organized and then very not organized.
Yeah. So look, right about there is where
that legs? Legs is going straight in.
Yeah. Flightleaf decides to fuck off and just go, I'm gonna go straight in. Like right as we're committed to the break, he's like, I'm gonna land straight in. So
he called break and then he went straight in.
So I'm just like, fuck it, I'll take the overhead.
So what are you saying? He didn't fly the leg?
No, he didn't.
So
that's
good.
We start the overhead about a mile to the right of the runway.
Man. Yeah, of course you do.
Great. Already this is just fabulous.
Yeah.
Also, out of curiosity, what is number 2's altitude right now?
Way high.
I'm pretty high. Yeah.
It was way high.
1200. 0.27, 2,700, 1,700.
It all should have been at 1,500 feet, 6 seconds.
Did we have a team kill? There was a team kill early on, wasn't there?
No,
it was after this.
It was later.
Oh, okay. It was after this. I don't. Whoever team killed, don't think you're gonna escape scrutiny. We are.
Oh no, it's like the last thing that happened before we all died.
I'm well aware of what the landing parameters are for the airfield landing. I was just, following flight lead, trying to be a good wingman, and I'm like, you know what, 3,000, we'll do it. We'll make it work.
Doing a high key landing, dude.
Yep. And okay, so we're just gonna remember the part that we forgot for DCS was actually learning to fly the aircraft. I think we need to go back to that, maybe.
I didn't see your landing, Mayo. I was 4 in this flight. I don't... What exactly... Oh, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so at this point, I saw the guy turning final. Yes. I was like, he seems really low.
So you're turning in at 800 feet at 173.
Technically, that's not too terribly bad. I mean, you want to be closer to 1,700 turning final, but...
Yeah. Well, okay, and Death Kiss, at the moment, this is the part that I'm concerned about. Relative to his position, he is doing 347 knots.
Whoa!
That's 17.
Wow. He tried landing on a carrier at like 300 last time.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to stay the fuck... I'm on 4. I'm trying to stay the fuck away from these guys.
He's got
and based on what happened... I say you focus on Deathicus here, please.
So right about here is where I realized I'm not making that turn.
What is... Hold on. What is this aircraft? What is this?
And this is the time when the rest of the 18s come in, too.
Hold on, pause.
This is great.
So, we were under the impression that the first flight of 18s was just going straight in and that we had time to enter the overhead.
That was how flight lead called it on the radio.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. Oh my god! Do we need someone to do tower as well? This is.
We're gonna need a dedicated tower.
All right. So he's extending out. All right. So I'm just gonna switch focus to this at the moment because this seems to be the priority area.
Can't make the turn.
What a clusterfuck.
600 feet, 180 knots.
Yeah, I'm a little bit fast, but I'm like, you know what? I can save this. I've done worse.
We're gonna need to give some idents here.
Yeah, the problem is it's fat and ugly. How do I clean this up a bit?
I'm like, it's an airfield, right? It's not a carrier. I can salvage this approach. I got half a runway left.
You got a label scale? No, I guess not.
Yeah,
we don't need
it's
G4.
bigger.
Get rid of G4s. Don't need Mach. There we go. It's better.
Yeah, that's
There
a
we
lot
go.
better.
Whoa, so yeah.
So 300 feet AGL, it's a bit messy, and I think Mr. Sharp here waves off, which was a very smart decision.
Oh, I think he's
Correct.
still
At that
doing
speed,
the
for
overhead
sure.
at that point.
Yeah, he's
He's
400
got fine
knots.
spacing though.
Yeah, cool. Oh, he's setting himself up for a break. That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is. Oh, I forgot about the part that happens in a minute.
wait for the break. Okay, look at his break, quick.
It's a low break. He's at 1,200 feet.
No, so they're doing left-hand patterns, and he enters a right-hand pattern.
Oh, nice.
I was gonna comment on that. Yeah.
So, and for reference, at that airport, you guys should be doing left-hand. The tower's on the right.
Whoa, this is a close call, isn't it?
Well, to be honest with you, in all military, you're usually doing
Whoa.
left. Any type of standard break is left.
a Blue Angel
otherwise
show.
called
This is
right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
this is
great.
Can we just land in an airport,
Focus
please?
from me because you missed what I did, so I'm pretty glad we switched focus away.
No, let's watch Mayo. Let's see what he did.
Alright.
This has a
You made it
rewind
down.
feature, dude.
Yep.
Mayo just touched down.
Oh, did he?
Let's just say I haven't done an airfield landing in a while.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, I think this was the point where I saw
Yep.
somebody pointing directly at me, and I was like, "Oh fuck."
So the landing goes okay. It's the stopping that doesn't go as well.
It's
I'd
important.
like
when you
to
land.
point your attention to Sky Pickles, who's got the front row seat there to you guys' wreckages.
Oh,
So-
don't worry, it gets even better once Sky Pickle.
So I'm
goes
just
to
rolling
take
out,
off.
and then right about here, I decide to tap the brakes and slow down a little bit faster.
Uh-huh.
He's a cat.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
Ooh.
Well, if you ain't out of
man.
control, you ain't in control.
Well, that's a shutdown runway.
Meanwhile, Death is coming in at Mach 3.
Yeah, we definitely need to watch
Okay.
that.
Okay, this is
And now I'm ready to go on 2-3.
Jesus.
We're a professional flying group, by
I'd
the
like
way.
to point out here, though, no pop tire.
Stop.
That's right.
Okay, now focus, we need to focus Deathicus here.
Alright, so
500. He's coming in.
he's coming in a bit hot.
He's
240.
240.
That's a little hot. That's a little on the hot side.
That ain't too bad.
And I'm looking at that, and I'm like,
That-
he's low.
that is
He's
worth
low.
it.
Just so we
That
are
is
all
workable right there.
just so like Hornet drivers, correct me if I'm wrong. Approach speed 140.
140.
160.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're
Hold
carrying
on.
4 harms and a fuel tank, so
Oh, okay.
160-ish.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
What-
160.
I
You
can
can
promise you from what I
slap-
saw, he was definitely low. And
Oh,
where
he's
he
way
touches
low. Oh
down.
my god.
Yeah.
He's just
Dude, you're not even to the overrun, bro.
He's not even. The ZOA is definitely not correct.
No.
Paid for
Yeah,
all
he
9,000
down.
feet of this runway, and I'm going to use it.
He
said
smacked
he
the
had
ground at
a rudder
1.7
problem.
degree AOA. Yep. Alright.
He said he had a rudder problem. and the-
Oh, Tiger, this is
Yep,
the
yep,
trim
continue to
down.
watch this.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
no.
Yes.
You had a free row seat to that.
Keep watching
Hey,
that. Keep
there's a
watching that.
bunch of flaming wreckages on the runway over here.
Nope, keep
Oh, this
watching
is
Death.
great.
Keep watching Death.
I'll keep watching death. Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh, he found mail.
I didn't see it.
Wait, what?
Right about now.
How did we
Hold
get
on a
here?
second, he's
How did
flying
we get
again?
here? How did he get here?
Yeah, that's right.
He
I
bubbled
was
when it went back airborne.
He did not hit his brakes. That's what happened.
He hit the grass. It's like I'm out.
No, I think he hit the brakes too hard.
Dude,
and
he
lost
definitely
hit it at
bubbled it when
140.
airborne.
What's happening? Wait. Oh, I just the map.
Oh,
fucked
did
me.
he actually
That's what happened.
die?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he blew up.
So I was watching somebody else come in, and then I look and work forward, and I just see a fireball, and I was like, oh god.
He was doing 140. He did not brake whatsoever.
I had a great view of it because I did that little J-turn Tokyo drift on the runway. Like, I turned around right in time to see him blow up.
Yeah, so really important, guys, when you rock up to these missions is landing the aircraft.
Hey,
right after
I
this, I
landed
believe
just
an
fine.
A10 takes
And then
the
had a glance, no
runway.
problem.
Oh,
It
don't
was
worry.
watching that
We've still got a
A10
couple
cross
landing.
right as I'm coming down, though.
I thought the airplanes were one-time use.
So
So as I'm
can
coming
we
down
keep
to
an
the
eye on
runway,
this A10 taxiing? Because he's about to have a close air encounter.
Can we take a little bit of a zoom out and see everything flying around too?
I don't want to, dude. I don't want
There's
to.
one dude in
Everything
right-hand traffic,
unraveled.
one dude in left-hand traffic. Like
Man, am
someone's
I glad I
backwards.
took off before this gaggle fuck.
so as I'm coming down the 4 flight in the seed pattern, I see an A10 crossing the
so
runway, a guy in the grass off sliding to the right. I see a flaming wreckage to the left.
Oh, how did we even reform the package after this? I would have been dying of laughter.
Abort mission.
I would actually been
Command
abort
says
mission.
abort mission.
Yo, that's
Considering how
actually-
long we were waiting for them to get here, this was fantastic entertainment as we were about to
That's
go.
awesome. That's so good.
You should switch
I'm
to
just trying to figure out what's going on with those two right there. It was like some type of mating ritual.
Oh, no.
You're watching it.
Okay, so we
Insert
need to go
one
back to the
replay.
runway.
It's
So
free runway landing there.
Just
go
look
go
at
to
the
Sky
blue
Pickle.
lines.
Go to Sky Pickle.
All right, where is
He's the A10 on the.
All right, just before we continue, look at this. Can you see the blue lines? Can you see how like we don't really have a uniform pattern for JTF when this is what it looks like?
It almost
Why
Almost
were
looks
they
like a
doing
dick.
right-hand traffic?
A couple
Sky
balls.
Pickle.
We were trying to
Sky
kill a
Pickle.
penis.
Yep. So zoom in on Sky Pickle. Zoom on Sky.
Sky
Where is
Pickle,
he?
we got a
Yep.
telephone number for you to call Tower on.
Yeah. Possible pilot deviation.
Look at this.
So we got somebody on short final, another person on final behind
Oh my
him.
god.
Oh,
Oh,
fucking
no!
hell.
Oh no.
This is some Hoggett shit.
All right. Does anyone know how to disable the blue lines for this purposes of this part?
It's the tails.
Blue
Go to the
line of
tail
shame.
length.
Oh.
Vertical stabilizer.
The slider there, just the right plug.
See,
the
I was
blue
coming in
slider.
on
Yeah,
final,
make that
and I saw
shorter.
something moving onto the runway, and I'm like,
Keep going
wait,
left,
is
too.
one of the
No,
one of the
you can
16
do that.
guys?
I just wanted it shorter.
So as I'm watching this, I'm
Ooh,
like,
that was a close call.
There's one of the 16 guys trying to cross on the runway, and I get closer and I see it's an 18.
Oh my god.
What
The guy's like,
What's
I'm out of
going
here.
on here? And I just slam the throttle into the firewall.
Hey,
I'm
legs.
pretty sure at this point I'm high. No, am I hightailing you back? I don't know.
Legs,
Yeah,
are you
When
on?
the fuck that happened? No, I'm
No,
still
Legs
making
got
my
this
way.
and left.
At this point, though, we were all sitting on the parking ramp at the end of the 2-3 side of the runway, watching that A10 and Hornet having their little mating
Mayo.
ritual.
Mayo, you need to get a hold of legs. You guys need to work like wedge formations when you're landing in this configuration because you could have done side by side wedge, and two of you could have landed at the same time doing overhead brakes, and would have solved a lot of this issue. Got to a lot of that conjunction down.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
think
the
many of
key
us
is
have
not
practiced.
changing the plan on 1 mile from the runway.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You need to commit to a.
And there's me over there solo still fucking shit up.
So
Dancing with these
as
guys.
far as my flight goes, the one reason that we didn't
Actually, this is where I think I ended up getting smoked because I didn't realize my last cap got smoked.
Yeah, so I see these guys, they start to come in. Oh, sorry, I'll pause here. Does anyone want to offer anything else up for the debriefers to that really high level of skill at that airport?
So as far as
Clearly needs to have a squad event of airfield landing practice.
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep. It's kind of quiet. You're quiet, Apollo.
Yeah, Paul, you're real low.
I think we just need to work some more fundamentals.
Yeah.
Well, so as far as
Lift
my
versus
flight
thrust.
goes, what happened was I thought we were going to have enough spacing from the first flight of Hornets, and we were spaced far enough apart that I wasn't worried about anything like that, because you can see in the TAC view from the spacing that we entered, we were spaced out enough that it wasn't a problem. Granted,
I
we
gotta
did a
turn
right,
him up.
we should have done a left.
Yeah, I mean, based on what happened, the second flight was a lot better than the first flight. The biggest issue on the second was the A10 taking the runway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it though?
Right-hand traffic wasn't great.
Well,
yeah,
someone
the
breaks
right-hand
left
traffic
there.
wasn't great either.
Because here's the other question: what radio frequency?
Oh, this is weird.
What radio frequency were you guys operating during this landing? Were you guys using 251 or 253?
We had 253 and 260 pulled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we need to figure out just like having a frequency for the tower or
Yeah.
CTAF or something. Just
Correct.
doing the
253.
same one. Especially
I don't know what
the-
was wrong with the SRS client, but I was on 253. I didn't hear a single thing. I tried
Well,
to
ATC at this point would have been 251, I think, in this particular situation, but whatever.
We'll look into better airfield coordination during the week. I think just on my end to deconflict it a bit better. I
Was
wasn't
SRS
concerned.
working
I
for
was just
everybody?
like-
I couldn't communicate with my flight lead on SRS.
I think what a lot of people had was it was connected to the JTF.13.7 thing. It wasn't connected because of the post resolution thing. It wasn't working, but we'll talk more about that later.
Yep.
We'll just keep going for now. So we'll just sort of see how this flight gets wound up. So there's 2 more 30s that come in after that sort of last engagement. No, this is the one that Chino gets wrecked on. Yep. We go to the next one. So these are the... I see these guys come in. I try and vector you on these guys. There's one here, and I don't know where the other one... Oh, the other one's here.
A lot of red air.
Look at all that fucking...
No, ignore these guys. They're just like bombers. Like, so these guys were just sort of passively...
Oh, they didn't ignore me in a minute.
No.
That's what.
But these
this is when I
30s are
made
the
the
ones
call.
that kill you. So if I turn the circles back up, all these guys were doing was circles, and these guys were going up north. So it's just these two. I tried to communicate with that. These are the only two that you guys really needed to worry about.
So Plop, I can walk you through this. So we're nose on that guy.
Let's see.
We
When you
have
say
him on
you
the
guys
radar.
needed to worry about, I see 2 cap that are still trying to do their thing. So go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so we have that guy in the nose. We're trying to get a TWS shot, but the radar's not helping. We're getting close, and then we get spiked with the missile, so we go defensive.
77.
So the
right on
R77
us.
goes active basically at this point.
This isn't our demise though. We dodged this one.
Yeah, which is it's safe, right? And I think Darth might mistake this launch to be on him, and he goes defensive as well.
Yep.
Unless he sees this one. So this one is a fresh launch on him.
Well, the hard part is you just get the flashing in, and so we get the flashing in on the other missile as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if Darth survives this R77.
He does.
Cool.
But so we're still defensive, even though we should be recommitting, but we still have the flashing M, so we're just honoring that threat.
Okay, I
Jink!
think a really good idea would be to
Wow.
get air
Jink.
defenses in the Tay.
That's great.
So this is kind of where it goes bad. So Darth gets in
Split
the
us!
and then we recommit, try to get a shot off. But
I know
there's
I
a-
was trying to lock with a Sparrow at the time.
Yeah, I think at this point you just need to commit to an aim 9. If you're gonna go in, like you're 2 miles, that's an
Yeah,
aim
that's
shot.
way too close.
And not only that, look at your aspect and stuff. That's a chase shot when it should have been pulling lead. You should have been lead pursuit there.
So this is the point where I'm just like, yeah, you guys are in a really tough
They
spot.
shot behind
They're
that.
blown through. They're focused on you guys. You guys are coming back in with poor SA. You've got a friendly merged in there. With
Can you back that up?
So watch here. So Darth calls that Fox 1, so I see his missile come off, so I know which one is Darth. I lock up the other bandit and take the Phoenix shot.
Yeah, but look where you're at. Look where the aspect is right there when you release that weapon. You're behind them on the nose, and that thing's. You got to remember those weapons when they come off your rail are coming off underneath your aircraft. So that weapon has no chance on turning out in front of that thing. The turnout in front of that thing is almost 35 to 40 degrees off nose. There's no way that thing's going to pull enough G's to get there.
But these guys are hot and fast. I reckon if you pull the
Pull
aim 9 shot and pull it ahead of him, and you fire that off at 3 mile, you
Do the lead for the missile. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yep.
don't like if you do an aim 9.
Speed brakes and pull lead, and you'll slide in right behind them.
Like, the AIM-9's got a lot more tolerance. Like, if you fire an AIM-9 back here, it's gonna hit. Because he's up high, he's super fucking fast. And you don't need to pull as much lead back here. Like, an AIM-9 is still gonna kill him back here. But, like, you let it come, like, way down.
You can see it right there.
Like, yeah, it's just, like, it's almost too late. You really, like, when you're up high and fight like this, AIM-9's got a lot more range than they do on the deck. You can pull off a lot better shots. Even back here, 4 miles, 4.5 miles even. Like, he's coming straight at you. You can get an AIM-9 off here.
Look how much that mic drops away from your aircraft before it actually goes and the propellant kicks in. You can watch that thing just drop. See how far it's dropping away from your aircraft?
Yeah.
So you got to remember that before that propellant kicks in, look where it's kicking in at. It's already behind that thing. That mic ain't getting back out in front of that aircraft. If you want to go inverted and let it go, yeah, dude, you might, take a head-on shot on that, and then you can S-pull them. But, go inverted so that way when you release that weapon, it's going to go out and up, and you're going to pull away.
Yeah.
Right. At that point, you just got to recognize that the merge is happening and commit to it.
Yep.
That's cool.
Which is, I think that's what I did because I started looking at him. I tried to pull into him, but I believe that's when I got shot down.
There's a few tricks in there that you can try and make a mic shot work, but unfortunately, if you just go for the straight-in approach, it's just not going to happen. So that is what it is. He gets an R77 off on you guys, which is kind of a bit of a rough one, to be honest. Like, you guys are here.
We
think
ate
he barely
one
looks
later.
at you. Like, he just drops his nose, pulls.
This is late, but this is later though. 'Cause I think Strider got another one. He.
You guys sent one off here. Oh, you guys reckon you beat this one?
Yeah, we
Strider?
did.
No, we died, but our Phoenix was on that flanker, but Darth comes into the.
Oh, that's right. And is this the one that catches Darth?
Yeah. So.
Look at this.
Oh,
Did you
missile
no.
goes.
No.
Oh,
look at
That's tragic. That is tragic.
It should have gone for that.
Did you, Sasha? Did you launch that in ACM mode?
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't a totally clear shot, but it was on the right guy. Just I was trying to kill that guy because I knew the R77 was coming.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at that point. The host was gone. There was no radar contact from the host.
That's a pit
No,
bull
I know,
missile.
but
If you saw what you said you saw, Sasha, that he was Fox 1 and merging on the high guy, and you saw the other guy low, you should have aimed for the low guy.
And here I was thinking that I still had Cap engaging these guys and all the missile warnings I was getting. I was like, it's just Cap fucking going at him.
So when Darth fired, he was low shooting high. So I saw that shot, and then I saw Darth overshoot him, and then I pal locked the other guy.
I was getting all those missile warnings from you guys fucking battling each other, and I was ignoring most of them because I saw you guys engaged. I didn't realize, you guys fell.
Oof. It comes up here, clearly into the sky peak.
Oh, I'm running for my fucking ass right
At this point, earlier when we were talking
I saw
about
the
bent
fucking
over
explosion
and
off the
exposed.
right, and I was just zooming.
Yeah, that's when you called me in on the bandit, and I was like, I saw the C-130. I didn't see the bandit.
All these bandits are.
I'm like, I got bandits right behind me, and you called me on the C-130, like, help me out. And I saw you guys up high, off my left on my RWR, and visually, I'm like, oh, thank God you guys are right there. I got a bandit
Yeah, that's
right
me.
on
I'm
my
like,
ass.
okay, this is a C-130 right here. I'm not gonna shoot him.
You kill the C-130, it's an enemy. And then you roll wings level, you're just like, and then I think you roll, yeah, and you got him.
I finally get a tally
No,
on him.
I
yeah.
got him. I got him. I was up high because I locked up Mayo.
So, okay, so here's what this was. I had this guy on my nose. I saw him the whole time. I locked him, and he called Buddy Spike. So I'm like, wait a minute. And then he comes up
first
behind
off,
me and grabs the kill.
I locked you and called Buddy Spike.
Which is not the correct terminology.
I mean, I was locking you. I called Buddy Spike. I mean, if you got that guy on your nose, what are you worried about me calling Buddy Spike for? He's a hostile right in front of you.
Well, okay, so right, Buddy Spike is like I've been locked by a buddy, right? Not I am locking a buddy.
The correct call would have been Ray Gun.
Ray Gun.
Yeah, because when you called Buddy Spike, I thought I locked you up.
Yeah, so it's just a bit of terminology
Take a look
there,
at
but you
the,
get it.
But that's okay.
AOS
We all
line.
learn.
That's fine. We manage.
Yeah, that's why I hesitated to take that shot there.
All right. So at the moment, yeah, it's rough at the moment. We're not. But so the strike package forms up here, and I'm just like, okay, right. I'm giving you guys vectors to try and get you away from these bombers that are coming in. But I think you're pretty clear. Like, you know, there's not much here. There's a couple of bombers over there, but all right. I'm like thinking, let's get this shit. You guys form up. I know you guys fell behind a bit, but that's okay. And then I see this come up, and this is like, you know, this is like a honey trap, you know, just like, you guys didn't have to fight these guys. They would have happily done whatever they were doing. I tried to call them out so you guys were aware of them, but these guys were doing what they wanted to do, right? They weren't going to come after you guys or anything like that. And then a few of you guys decided that you wanted to go and poke the hornet's nest. So,
I mean, it's hard to tell, you know, when you got a 4-flight headed right at you.
Yeah, 100%. I get it.
Yeah, at any point they could have turned and engaged us, and they would have been right behind us, basically.
Yeah, I get it. For sure, I understand that. But yeah, so I think a couple of you break for him. You get one, and then this guy just turns back in, and he's angry that you killed his friend. So he kills both of you.
He doesn't kill me.
That kills me. I got him, and he got me.
And
Yeah.
Then, oh, okay. Yep. Sorry.
And then I think I grabbed the other bandit.
And
then the other two get away. There was like a 4-ship. I got one of them, he got one, and the other two got away, I think.
No, I got both.
I
You got
definitely
someone
splashed
else later.
somebody. Yeah,
Not
oh yeah,
here,
that's
though.
right.
It
I
was
got
later.
yeah, not here, not this engagement. I think 2 of those guys ate a Sam right there as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
2 of them went further north. That's fine. I mean, that's all good. And then this was like the biggest engagement we had, which was terrifying. I thought the entire package would die here, straight up. So we had the F-18 flight here, and we had.
Are they flying fingertip or an actual combat formation there? Jesus.
There was not a good formation. We had a decent formation before, but then we got a sudden call that there was stuff pressing, and it kind of
Looks like you guys are en route to an air show.
Yeah, so this is like where I thought we'd all die unceremoniously. There's one MiG-29, 130, and then 2 30s in back. This guy was hanging out here, and I'm just like, yep, cool, that's a wrap. We're gonna lose here. But I called it out, and I thought, all right, let's see what you guys can do. Full credit to the 16s. You guys go in aggressive and early, and I'm not sure whether you guys want to play by play, but Ado gets a couple off, I think, on this guy, and then
I know I launched 2 at those 2 rear targets.
So this has done a classic DCS where this AIM-120 is aiming for the R-77 and the missiles trade.
That's
fantastic. What are the odds of that happening?
Quite high in the current patch. Missiles have like doubled radar cross sections in this patch. This guy turns off, he drops his tank, this missile's basically dead. You guys have done a great job in the initial engagement. This guy's gonna die. Bang. So
wow.
That was a good intercept on that missile.
Yeah, no shit.
Great. So now at the moment we've got 3 of them that like only one of them's really facing up. And you guys are sort of you've got Ado facing up, and you've got the F-18s behind you that are facing up. So
that's a beautiful split from the F-16s.
That was an incredible engagement. Honestly, this is like ace level AI. There's no fucking around here. So you guys did an excellent job with the initial engagement. We get another one from Flash on this guy. He gets one in return. Immediately does a really great defensive maneuver.
Hell did that random missile come from?
Which one?
The one right in front of our 18 flight.
It was a harm.
It's a harm shot from like.
Fired from back here. Yeah, so Flash will clean this guy up. Great job, Flash. This missile is coming. Wow, still got a bit of heat.
His computer crashed on his internet. Or computer crashed on him.
Yeah, you just straight up died because your PC was dead, Flash.
Yeah, I disconnected. I was popping when you see me stop popping chaff flares, that's when I got out. It crashed.
Oh, like DCS just crashed? Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
It's right at the pointy ends,
Yeah.
too. If it makes you feel any better, every single one of us crashed right shortly after this, so...
Yeah, yeah. So if you go back, we were doing the air show formation, and then when we did the engagement, we did the Death Blossom. Check it out.
Yeah, that was...
One goes right, one goes left, one goes high, one goes low. So we capped that off with a nice little air show there.
So this is like... what an incredible offensive maneuver it is, really. Like,
wow.
If you're running in a 4-ship and you can pull something like this off, it's going to be a great tactical advantage. So, great job.
It's us 14s need to learn.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Focusing on bombs.
It's almost like weaving. With that
We had one target. Our 14 flight had
Then we
one
turn back
target.
in.
We failed to bomb it.
You see, we fire. We watch our missiles. They go active. Break our locks on those targets, and then we turn back in and acquire new targets.
So I was worried about you at this point here, because that's a 3
Oh, I
mile
was worried
shot.
about me too, because I had launched at another target. I knew there was another one close, but I didn't have any more 120s.
Yep. This is just pure stress, but I think it eats a flare, or you just run it out of energy, I think, in the end. Just trying to still lead.
He's like flying formation with it.
Yeah, you just fly formation with the missile, and this is just like this guy's fucked at this point. He's just got missile on missile, and people faced up on him everywhere. And
Whose
he gets
missile is
cleaned
that?
up. The one that cleans him is Mr. Sim.
Nice.
So congrats, Sim, on a nice kill there.
Yeah, and like the 18s had a perfect engagement too, because basically as we were turning off, they were launching on
Yeah,
targets.
so we're going to swing back in here. So this is what the 18s are. They're sort of in a bit of a loose formation, but it's like a perfect time to really enter the engagement. These guys, just right as the enemy were facing up, you guys have come in and just picked off this high guy. So that was really well done. Great coordination. But no, it was great strategy and good timing. So this guy gets cleaned up by Apollo, by the looks of it.
I believe so, yeah.
Great. And then what happens to this R-77?
What gets Sim, because I know he gets shot down in his engagement.
Yeah. So just unfortunate there, Sim, that missile comes and gets you. It was a complicated picture, so your IWR would have been going off, but difficult to tell when you're in the middle of a flight like this that it's coming for you. But yeah, so at this point, I think we didn't see these guys yet. I think these guys kill a few people, which is unfortunate, but
Yeah, they came in and annihilate us.
So yeah, so over here, these bombers were like coming into land. They had no fuel, so they were just like sitting ducks. I think Legs just goes for guns for disrespect on them.
Legs was pissed
No,
off
I think
at
he
that
went
point.
for guns because his missiles weren't working because he didn't rearm properly on the ground.
Oh,
He had no weapons.
well, he gets a guns kill, so congrats to Legs for not using his aircraft. And then he evades a missile, and he drops. He gets a harm off. Fucking hell, Legs.
From like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
Oh
that.
my god.
Doing work.
Shove it down his damn throat, I guess.
Yeah. So those guys.
Watch this. This one curves all the way around.
No way.
No,
making a
it's
180.
no.
No.
I think it misses, but it was close.
No shot. What is the Tom doing?
That's some Ace Combat
right
shit.
off.
That's Ace Combat shit right
my
there.
god.
And then missed.
But no, credit to the
Shit.
Seed guys. They knocked out the 3 track radar on one of the OSAs, so those guys did a great job. We'll watch this engagement here real quick. So this is the last sort of big fight.
Before you start this, I got to do a little explaining. So our whole flight is asymmetrically loaded. We've got 2 JSOWs on one side and extra AMRAMs on the other. Because the plan is I knew the Tomcats were going to be up providing cap for a while. So I figured by this point they were either going to be running dry on missiles or something manages to slip through because of how wide the area is, which is why we were loaded like that. So we weren't ideally loaded for dog fighting.
Yeah, look, they were self-defense missiles, let's be honest. Unfortunately, it looks like they've come in at a time where one of you guys is cold, one of you guys is notching. You've managed to get 2 face-up, which is decent. I think it's a bit unfortunate that you can't get this shot on this guy here, 8 miles off the nose. I don't know, did you have rams? Oh, you get one off, okay.
Yeah, I kill him. It's his wingman that gets me because he pops up out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I didn't really see this guy until late, but he's sort of coming in low and to the right, and you don't clean him up, Apollo. That misses.
Oh,
How do you AMRAAMs miss at 8 miles when you fire him head on like that? That's incredible. So, yeah, so at this point, it's a bit worrying, really. You got one that's coming in, some heavy hornets. Sharp, I think, is the next one, so... Yeah, Apollo, you actually defend that one. This one, so the back guy fires a 77 here, and I think this one gets him, yeah. And at this point, it's what, all 3 of you are cold, and both of them are hot.
Well, so I was defensive the whole time from the wingman locking me up, and you told me after I asked for bogey dope that he's behind me, and I'm trying to get the nose around, but that asymmetric loading was making it hard.
Yeah.
Because the plane kept wanting to roll towards
100%.
the south we're on.
And I think that sort of, these guys stay up, yeah. So they turn tail and go home. Alright, well, sorry that's how that ended for you guys. We just ran out of cap, I think is the story of that. If we watch the 16 guys, they form up, and this was really cool to watch. You guys sort of managed to establish your targets, and you come in, and the 8, you're sort of a bit too low for it. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not interested at this point.
At that point, hadn't I?
What's up?
I think I hit the radar for it at that point. Before then.
Well, SA8s are independent. So the 3's down. You killed the 3. You killed one of the 8s, and the other 3. You might have damaged it to where it couldn't fire or something. And just look at these, the 16s, they get their 105s off, and they peel off. And if we pick one of these...
A lot of ordnance.
A lot of weapons, yeah. Look at that.
So we were watching the ordnance go in, and the 16s with those 105s pretty much annihilated everything.
Yeah, I dropped 105. I had 3 left, and I couldn't find anything to attack.
Yeah, so there was 1 T-72 here, 2 BMPs here, and then the 4 BMPs over here. That was it.
I think whenever we do this, we can afford to retask one of the Hornet flights for cap.
Yeah, let's do that. And then, the next 105 comes in and cleans up most of that too. So there's 2 BMPs, 1 T-72, and 1 BMP left.
And my CBU that dropped on those, yep, there it goes. They were killed as well. The taxiway guys that were, the planes that were still sitting there.
Yep, so it's perfect. Look, I think if we managed to RTB at this point, you'd call it a Pyrrhic victory. We lost a ton of aircraft, but we did accomplish what we wanted here. Hatay was a bit of a different story. There was still a couple BMPs here, the 4 T-72s here, and they were still had a couple aircraft on the ramp. So
I was just performing my roll-in when the server restarted.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Right there, rolling in. So, a lot to take away on my end, just in terms of planning, sequencing, trying to maybe limit the amount of aircraft that they have that are doing pointless stuff. But look, they've got a lot of aircraft and they're going to use them. I don't think they threw too much at us. I think we just planned it incorrectly and we just didn't get execution down. I think if we made a few tweaks, we'd be able to get that done right.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think, man, honestly, and again, if planning and organization and sequential package planning is easier from an airfield than it is from a boat and an airfield and all this shit. I mean, I'm happy to take off from an airfield and land at a boat, you know, or whatever.
Yeah,
but
honestly,
I don't know how Liberation is going to take that. I mean, you're going to have to buy a bunch of Tomcats to put at the airfield, right?
So what I can do is, in Liberation, we can, if we, for argument's sake, make a new flight of Tomcats to do escort or whatever.
Sure.
You can make it so that your actual arrival is different from your departure. And what that means is, like, next turn, if we do this, you'll actually be, like, the aircraft will be transferred to Incirlik.
Oh.
Even if you don't land there.
Oh, so you plan the... Okay, so the flight plan means...
Yeah, I don't know why the carrier was doing that weird shit with the parking. That was...
Dude,
so
it's
what
done
I'll
since they've
do
made it.
is I'll manually move them for this mission.
Sure.
And then for next mission, I'll just have them
Transfer them?
transferred. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Until ED
Yeah.
finishes the boat.
Until ED finishes the boat. I'm happy for the Hornets to come off the boat, but I don't want to do Tomcats starting
Sure.
on the boat
That's
anymore.
a
It's
fair
too much
compromise,
of
dude.
a
I'm
hassle.
fine with that.
Like, you can have 4 Hornets start on the boat, fine, taxi, even have most of them on the Cat at the same time. But I think we've tried the Tomcat 2 weeks in a row on the deck. It just doesn't work.
It's causing problems.
It's causing problems. So, yeah, I think
We can get up much quicker from air, or from land, I think.
Yeah, next Saturday, we'll call it 1900. I'm sorry if that doesn't work for you guys, but we'll just try that as something different. We'll run it again, and we'll maybe change one of the Hornets to do cap. And we'll have the Hornets off the boat, and we'll have the Tomcats off the out of Incirlik, and yeah, maybe we'll have a chat with the Tomcats during the week as to maybe we just keep them as pure cap, cover the A10s. But we just need more cap. I think that was where we got the planning wrong. If something like that happens again, where we just, like, the mission doesn't go quite according to plan and we take heavy losses, we might keep it, but I'll put it to the group at the end. But this time we just actually didn't have a choice, so...
Yeah, the server malfunction. Something we'll have to remember part of the routine for next time.
Yeah, it's just
remind me.
Disable the auto restart.
Yep.
Alright,
It's
well,
easily done.
I think that's...
Do you think with no tankers that Tabac might be a bit of a reach? Because we're basically crossing the entire map with enemy fighters coming from the south with no tankers.
I mean, with the Hornets taking off from Incirlik, we didn't have any issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, as far as the 16s go, we had plenty of gas to make it back.
All right, no worries.
I think it's just within the realm of possibility there.
Yeah, like, I wasn't in a plane, so I don't know what your guys' fuel state in the 16s were when you were turning out of Tabac, but I'd assume you probably still had decent fuel to make it back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the other guys, but I had plenty of fuel.
Yeah, I had like 8,000 or something.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm sorry if that was a disappointing end result, but I hope you guys had fun.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
See you on Saturday.
And I'll see you guys next Saturday.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
Thanks,
have a good one.
Plob.